Interesting words by Kevin Durant saying that games are going to be closer than we expect. Obviously, Boogies won't be back for a while, but I guess teams will be using them as a measuring stick moving forward. What do you make of those comments?
Well, I think they're real. The reality of the situation is that you're the hunted. You're the reigning two-time defending champions. You've won 3 of the last 4. You've been to the NBA Finals the last 4 consecutive years. You're the prohibitive favorite to capture a 4th NBA championship in 5 years. You have the greatest shooter on the planet, the greatest shooting backcourt we've ever seen, and you have one of the top 3 players on the planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned, in Kevin Durant. Of course, you're the hunted. So when you combine that with the fact that they are fully aware of what the priority should be, that 82 games and what transpires in a regular season ain't that big of a deal for them, which Draymond Green and others have openly admitted. You got to remember, they're going out, and far more nights than is customary for other teams, individual talent is saving the day for them. Not schemes, not emotion, not enthusiasm, not anything. Just a love for the game of basketball, and on a particular night, somebody's got it going on. And this night, somebody else has got it going. Why? Because what matters to them is April, May, and June. Going through these 82 games, it's a walk in the park for them. It's tough for them to prioritize and to take it seriously because they know in their sleep they're going to win 50 games and they'll be in the playoffs. So it's just a matter of whether they're going to win 60 or 70 games, and they're going to be interested enough to do it. That opens the floodgates for teams of a lesser talent to come at them and knock them off on some nights because it's the regular season and there's no urgency.
KD is showing you he's an all-time great player in his prime. He's in his prime now, and he's showing you why the Warriors are so dangerous and so great. You know, LeBron James formed a super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh with the Heat, and they went to 4 straight finals in a weak Eastern Conference, and they won 2. They didn't three-peat. The Lakers three-peat started with Pat Riley when he copyrighted the phrase in the 80s. They never three-peated back then. Mm-hmm. Three-peating is hard to do. Phil Jackson teams have done it, and that's it. It's hard to do because to maintain that level of greatness, not just attrition with injuries and age, but also, as Stephen A. said, focus and interest is difficult. And what KD is showing here is wisdom. The Warriors are offsetting the fact that they have played an extra season when all is said and done through the past 4 postseasons, when you add up all the extra games. They're offsetting the wear and tear with wisdom. Remember, the reason the Warriors aren't working on 4 straight already, the reason they haven't won 4 straight and are working on 5 straight right now is because after they won the championship, the very next year, they were chasing a record. Remember, they wanted those 73 wins. They talked about it. Steph Curry was playing overtime minutes in really meaningless games. Oh, the Spurs had a good record. Spurs weren't going to have a better record than the Warriors. By that time, it was all but over. And Steph Curry against lesser teams was playing overtime minutes because they were chasing wins. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And he was hurt. Was Steph Curry 100% in the finals? No. Was he as healthy as he may have been in the finals? No. They learned from that. They not only got Kevin Durant, but they became a wiser team. And Kevin Durant's comments point out just how dangerous they are right now.
Well, listen, they're dangerous because we know that they're going to be there when it really, really counts. But understand that the Houston Rockets really exposed them to this degree. You know, when you're one of the reasons why in the National Football League you see defenses complaining so much is because they know that they're going up against ultra-talented individuals. Mm-hmm. But you know something? When you cave their chest in, or you cause whiplash because you push their back in or something like that, all of a sudden it weakens them.
Everyone's got a plan until
they get hit. Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to bring up. And so as a result of that, Houston comes in last year, and it is elite as Golden State was. P.J. Tucker, Trevor Ariza, and Chris Paul got all up in those brothers. I'm talking about from a physical perspective. And there were days where Golden State was a bit compromised. They didn't look like themselves. Now we get to this year's roster. Understand the 2 players that they rely upon coming off the bench is a Sean Livingston, 33 years old, Andre Iguodala, 35. What that says to me, again, you're older, you may be more vulnerable, and that I'm going to be real interested to see. And remember I said this name. It sounds like nothing. If this kid, 25 years old out of Duke, Quinn Cook, can come off the bench, I like this kid.
No
I
doubt
really
about
like
it.
If Quinn Cook can come off the bench and give you quality minutes during the regular season, showing that he's able to spell not just for Steph Curry, not just for Klay Thompson, but also Sean Livingston. That's going to help
trade-off for
Golden State
KD
immensely.
The trade-off for KD was depth. That was the trade-off. So
right.
Cook's got to step up.
Yeah.